Indy, never mind putting those things away.
Oh, I've got time. I don't even have to rush to be an hour early.
I'm going with you.
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am, you can't do that, Miss Merrily.
Oh, but I can, and you're going to take me.
It ain't fitting for a lady to go to Sturville, except when she's on a slumming party.
All right, hand me my slumming clothes.
There's my Satchmo, the one with the horn. And there's Mr. Duquesne, the king of Basin Street himself.
Why, isn't that Mr. Ferber?
Yes, it is, but it's a secret.
What do you mean?
Well, Miss Merrill, if I say one more word, it won't be a secret anymore.
Yeah, honey. You gonna help us out tonight?
What do you think I'm here for? Where are they, boys?
New Orleans! New Orleans!
Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans and miss it each night and day? I know I'm not wrong. The feeling's getting stronger the longer I stay away. Miss the moss-covered vines, the tall sugar pines, where mockingbirds used to sing. And I'd like to see the lazy Mississippi hurrying to spring. The Mardi Gras, the memories of Creole tunes that fill the air. I dream of oleanders in June, and soon I'm wishing that I was there. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans when that's where you left your heart? And there's something more. I miss the one I care for more than I miss New Orleans.
Good evening.
Well, this is really a surprise. Miss Brown, this is Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Duquesne's poor memory for names isn't very flattering to either of us, Mr. Ferber. Please sit down.
Oh, then you know each other.
I've met Miss Smith.
Mr. Ferber has been snared into conducting my concert.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that with pleasure.
Don't you think you should have warned me, Mr. Ferber? This is the last place I'd expect to find you.
Mr. Ferber slumming, too.
I think I have to be going along now.
Oh, please don't go.
Unfortunately, I have an early rehearsal tomorrow morning.
Well, whatever faults I may have, carrying pails isn't one of them.
Thank you. I think I may say the same thing about myself. Good night.
I couldn't have done a worse job of covering up even if I wanted to.
How wonderful to have found Mr. Ferber here. Makes my conscience feel so much lighter.
Why do you say that?
Well, Mother doesn't exactly approve of this type of music. She's determined I'm to sing nothing but the classical.
Is that bad?
Well, it is for me. Poor darling, if she knew how I'm carried away with this, it would shorten her life.
Where's the rest of your party?
Are you really a gambler?
How did you get down here?
Strange profession, gambling. You stand in front of a table and you're respectable. You stand behind the table and you're unrespectable. I don't think you're unrespectable.
Young lady, you're going home. You still don't belong here.
Well, aren't you jumping to conclusions? My maid brought me down here.
I'm talking about a chaperone.
But there's no point in a chaperone when I have a perfectly charming escort.
Folks, come gather around my stand and hear Satchmo's Happy Dixie Band. Now, I know some people call it corn, but right here is where the blues was born. Yeah, that music blue, just the thing that you like to strut to on the floor. Yeah, the slide trombone and the trumpet moan as you're coming through the door. I'll guarantee that you'll never see like the likes of them again. Stomp your feet to the beat of the Dixie music men. Everybody move, get right in the groove. There ain't nothing you can lose. Now right here's the spot where we'll all get hot with a nasty mess of blues. Here's the place to slap and spank that bass. Hear the music, and I mean, this is where the blues is born in New Orleans. Let me introduce Mr. Charlie Beale, piano man. Can he spiel? Only got 2 hands, but that's a plenty. For when he plays, it sounds like 20. And here's Kid Ory on the horn. Greatest sliding man ever born. Plays trombone smears with laughing notes. No human being ever wrote. Everybody knows Zooty Singleton can beat them sheepskins like no one. Cymbals, bells, and all that stuff. Give out the face and treat them rough. And then here's Bonnie Bigard and his clarinet. You ain't never heard nothing like him yet. When he cuts loose, I know you'll roar. Mr. Bigard, please give me more. Here's Bud Scott and his old guitar, always smoking that big cigar. He's the rhythm man of a great renown. Give a listen while he goes to town. Red Calendar, meet him face to face. He's the one that plays that old slap bass. He started out with a violin, and the doggone thing just grew up on him. There's me, excuse my crust, introduce myself, my must. I'm Satchmo Armstrong, don't forget, I got to get up out on the old cornet. Last of all, meet Mr. Nick. Gambling man, and he's mighty slick. He's the boss man of this place and how. Mr. Nick, please stand up and take a bow.
Why, they almost make their instruments talk. Where does such music come from?
Well, it came from... Miss Smith, you're going home.
Not until you tell me.
Well, it comes from work song, Gold Coast of West Africa. Little Christian churches, riverboats.
You want to make up words to it as you go along.
They made up the music as they went along.
Mr. Duquesne, why don't we hear more of this kind of music?
Well, there's a wall around it, Miss Smith. A big invisible wall you can't climb over.
But why? Because it's new? All the wonderful music I've been singing. So traditional now. It was new once, too. Well, it sprang up in so many places, and I've been learning to make it mine. This music's mine already. Oh, Nick, I feel I'm exactly where I want to be and on my way to where I want to go for the first time in my life.